Starting off the return of Kickscammer news, where we look at all of the good, bad and ugly side of crowdfunding, we're going to be looking at Home Troll 9000's brand new game, Home Dogs, which look like this. Now, I don't need to tell you guys that this is a complete asset-filled waste of a campaign that claims to be a 12-player Call of Duty Zombies-inspired game, but is nothing more than just a troll campaign, right? I mean, the clue's in the name. It's so obviously fake that I wasn't even going to be bringing it up. But the reason I did, however, is because whilst looking into this, I discovered that the young lad who made this game has not only revealed that his next character is going to be in a 9/11 setting, yes, very distasteful, but it's literally a young kid running this whole thing. Kickstarter, how do you expect us to take you seriously when you've got campaigns like this on your website that have been getting away with it for about a month or so? Anyone can get a campaign on your website and there seems to be no repercussions. Plus, you only allow people on your site that are over 18 years old. This is very, very eye-opening for all of the wrong reasons. Following on from this, the rather impressive Philip Summers had to cancel his own campaign on the 5th of September after a particular lawyer who was looking after a particular company got in touch and advised him against his campaign. So what's he actually done here? He was creating his own style of unofficial Nintendo guides. Don't worry, he said that they were unofficial multiple times in the campaign and in the video too, but honestly, that just isn't enough. And as stunning as these works of art were, at the end of the day, he is still running a campaign full to the brim with intellectual properties that he simply doesn't own. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one to bring up because long-time viewers will know that I don't understand how Kickstarter is absolutely chock-a-block full of these IP infringing campaigns, with the pin community being one of the biggest offenders. Seriously, bring it on. I know for a fact I'm going to be getting a lot of hate for calling these crowdfunding projects out. But honestly, it's true. Unfortunately for Philip, these campaigns tend to earn the campaign owner only a few £100 at most. But these unofficial game guides, however, just topped over 300,000 before he cancelled it, which is why the mysterious lawyer got in touch, and that's why Philip officially cancelled the campaign off of his own back. Yeah, right, which I'm pretty sure was a very hard thing to do. So apparently, people actually want a video game based on Mythbusters. The Crazy Experiment Simulator will be a Steam game that allows you to bust or confirm myths, just like the TV show. Honestly, very little is explained here, and perhaps a game like Mythbusters doesn't really need an explanation. After all, once you've confirmed or debunked the scientific activity, what else will there be to do in this game? Thankfully, from what I can tell, the company behind it has officially got the blessing from Discovery Channel themselves, and yes, a demo is available, but only for people that pledge the £3 tier. Although it does look like the company's previous crowdfunded game did do a lot better. Bloody hell. Yes guys, welcome back to Kickscammer News. Yes, Kickscammer News is back on the main channel. I've had over half a year off doing this, but yeah, I wanted to bring it back for the longest time. I wasn't sure how to do it, so I just thought, hey, we're just gonna bring it back how it always was. A lot of people have been asking for Kickscammer News, where we look at the good, bad and ugly side of Kickstarter, IndieGoGo and GoFundMe, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, who just so happened to be this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, the online learning platform that you can sign up to for free for the first month if you're one of the first 1,000 people to click the link below. And if you're launching a crowdfunding service, then this is an absolute must. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good your product is, if you don't promote it, nobody else will ever see it. Plenty of campaign owners out there absolutely smash their goal and then some, only to discover discover that a heavy amount of the money raised has to go to someone else, someone that helped promote the campaign, leaving the main campaign owners, well, probably on this show. Why not dodge all of that and do it yourself, or at least the majority of it yourself, again for free? Learn everything from creating a successful video for your campaign, an absolute must, to simply succeeding in crowdfunding full stop. And of course, it doesn't stop with just crowdfunding advice. Learning how to promote yourself on social media, discovering how to increase traffic through different sources can apply to pretty much any kind of business or hobby, from growing a YouTube channel, getting more people in your shop, or simply just wanting more eyes on your creation. As stated, you can learn how to do all of this, as well as playing the banjo, making vegan omelets, doing digital illustrations, making papercraft flowers, teaching your child swimming survival, sewing a swimsuit, or starting your own t-shirt company. You can literally do it all right here at Skillshare, a service specifically curated for learning, meaning that you're going to be getting no ads, a service that's always launching new classes, and best of all, it's free for the first month for the first 1,000 people to use that link below. Start exploring your creativity today. On the 10th of September, Nintendo Life posted up an article discussing the future of the previously mentioned PAPRIUM game and its possibility of coming to current gen systems via crowdfunding. If you guys don't know what PAPRIUM is, I'm going to be putting a link up there for you guys to go and check it out. It's one of my more popular Kickscammer videos that I've put out recently. It's an absolute shambles, and basically an email went out to all of those backers that are still waiting on the game that said the following: unfortunately, we cannot resume shipments. PayPal is playing dumb, paying us only a fraction of what you had originally paid us. First, we don't give up on you. Anyone still waiting for their games will receive them eventually. Second, we will not take any further loans to deliver, and we are in the impossibility to restore e-commerce services. It is heartbreaking for us, but we have no choice but to flip our vest 180 degrees and embrace digit fart. We are porting PAPRIUM to more modern platforms, and we will proceed with a crowdfunding campaign in the next few days. To clear any doubt, we will ensure people awaiting their copies will get served first, and be certain nothing can beat the original Sega hardware. A lot of surprises to be revelated? For anybody out there that saw my previous PAPRIUM video and saw that part of the video where I read out the random bit of text that came with the game, you will understand that that is not surprising. Calling online stores digit farts and continuing to claim that the best way to play the game will always be on the original hardware, pushing out people that bought things like the Mega SG. That's the guy that runs Watermelon, by the way, and they are sadly all being repeated again now. As of the recording of this video, a few weeks after this statement was made, no crowdfunding projects have shown up yet. Who knows if this is just Watermelon simply thinking out loud, and who knows how much of it is actually true. Regardless, it does look like the world will soon be able to play one of the most cryptic, retro-infused games ever released. Perhaps then the prices will shoot down on eBay and people can actually start to see this for what it is, a very average beat 'em up. Throughout the month of September and August actually, the Amico came back for its third round of crowdfunding. Now, this is all pretty crazy stuff and involves several crowdfunding sites that I've never mentioned before. You've got Fig, Republic, and now Fundable too. Now, if you ask me, this is getting really bad. For every hater that the system had, you had plenty of positive people that honestly went too far with defending it. This is a console that 99% of the people that are defending it to the extreme have never actually played. And yes, I was one of the defenders, although never to that extreme. I just simply wanted to play the game before I made a real judgment, because I tend to play more low-end, not so graphical intense games anyway. And the people behind some of these games, I've got a lot of trust in them. But Tommy, even I am starting to not like what I see. Let's get something out of the way right here. Intellivision is not Sony, and it's not Microsoft. Yes, those companies managed to put out consoles during the pandemic, but of course, they are huge companies. Intellivision isn't. And to even further prove that point, it's still hard to get hold of a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. Chip shortages are a real thing, but this is a very underpowered system that's taking longer and longer to come out and therefore isn't getting any younger. Am I still optimistic? Yes, I love it when companies try new things in the gaming space, for better or worse, but it's got to be said that I am indeed moving into the realm of cautious optimism by this point. Regardless of the graphical capability, I want this thing to actually go ahead and be a success. I want it to be cool, it looks unique, and I think it'll actually be a great way to play games. As a backer myself, through Fig, in case you was wondering, I just don't think I can personally handle any more delays. Are you an Amico backer on Fig or any of the other crowdfunding sites? Then let me know down below your thoughts on this third delay on a console that we still haven't seen the main home screen yet. I have the power! Yes! He-Man is back, but this time he's in the board game form and he's completely smashed its goal. The board game is being put out by the well-known board game company CMON, or Come On I suppose, who I have personally backed a few projects of myself in the past, and for anyone out there that follows the board game side of Kickstarter will tell you that this company literally have crowdfunding absolutely nailed. When it comes to promoting their products, very few people do it this well. And as of the recording of this episode, this game has made well over $1 million. And it's on the upswing still with the last few days of this campaign. It's not for me, but there's definite fans on this channel watching right now that are fans of the Masters of the Universe. So if you want to get this board game, you've got only a couple of days to do so. On September 15th, a brand new Kickstarter launch, which is finally and thankfully going to be dealing with one of the world's biggest problems: death by lawnmower. James Young and his daughter are the saviours that you want to be thanking here, and as the bio states, he has been saving people's lives for over 26 years already as a paramedic and a registered nurse. And now he's taken his experience from that field in medicine to invent a lawnmower that has freaking laser beams attached to it. Yes, laser beams. I'm sure nothing's going to go wrong with this one. Not only is the project as vague as they come, not showing the actual mower in action, or even the mower itself for that matter, but the video is simply an online avatar created video with a robot voiceover explaining why he can't show it to you. Everything about this is an absolute mess, and sure, even though I know very little about lasers myself, hence why I'm not making a campaign like this, the subreddit Shitty Kickstarters does indeed have a few more knowledgeable people on the subject that explain just how stupid of an idea all of this is. That user, Simba Told, briefly explains that in order for a laser to easily cut through grass, it would essentially need to completely vaporize it, meaning that it would need at least 2,500 watts of energy, which I'm sure we can all agree is a very big number. Basically what this means is that the thing is getting pretty close to military grade laser weaponry, also that you can mow your garden. Not only is this not going to be working in a standard outlet inside your home, but on the off chance that you somehow expose yourself to this class 4 laser for even a split second, you're likely to lose an eye, a limb, or even worse, you're likely to die. Those bloody lawnmowers, am I right? Of course, this whole thing is absolute rubbish, and with its oddly specific $412,900 goal, the only people to back it are the ones arguing with the creator in the comments whilst it's actually going live. Now, if people are using the laser lawnmower on dry dead grass, then it could pose a problem. But then you should ask yourself, why are you cutting the grass in the first place since it is dead and dry? It's not growing, so there's no need to cut it. Yeah, that's the owner of the campaign there. Good job, mate. Good job. September 22nd saw the release of the comic book prequel to everybody's favourite Nicolas Cage movie, Guardian Tess. Only joking, it was obviously Willy's Wonderland. It needed $666, and so far it's well over $10,000. Not exactly the breakout success that they was hoping for is my guess, but hey, for fans of the mediocre movie, you now have a pretty decent looking comic telling you the story of Five Nights at Willy's, as if you really want that. And just because I love to give shout outs to lesser known comic books, I suggest checking this one out too. DEADSKINS, which is apparently a comedic horror western story for adults that's a mix between Blazing Saddles and The Walking Dead. This is the finale of this original story, and the reward tiers offer ways for you to be able to go back and check out the entire series with one chunky download, or if you obviously want it, in physical format too. As always, all of these campaigns I mentioned in this video can be found down in the description. Good Boy Galaxy is a Game Boy Advance game as well as a PC and Switch game that absolutely smashed its $18,000 goal, bringing it all the way up to £203,929. God damn. And fair play, this is my Kickscammer of the month, guys, something you should definitely go and check out, because this title looks incredibly awesome. It works out at £35 for a physical Switch release and £44 for a physical Game Boy Advance release. According to the description, this game can be looked at as a cuter Metroid style game with similarities to Cave Story. Two games that I absolutely adore. It really is a stunning game. I'm not exactly sure if it's doing some random trickery here to boost its graphics, as in my opinion it actually looks to be one of the best looking games for the Game Boy Advance, but regardless, you guys can actually try it out right now for yourself as a ROM, or even play the demo in a browser. So far from where I'm standing, this campaign has done everything right. The campaign owner himself hasn't made anything in the past, so hopefully he sticks with this one. But when you look at the actual campaign itself, it's done brilliantly. The video is done fantastically. It offers a demo, so important when you're making video game Kickstarters. And best of all, it just looks amazing. So far, so good. Fingers crossed that Rick does what he needs to get this one finished. Otherwise, we'll see you soon. You know that small indie-based company called CD Projekt Red? The studio behind a little-known game called The Witcher? The company valued at several $billion? Turns out they need a helping hand, and thankfully Kickstarter is here to save the day. The Witcher Ronin is yet another comic book that for some reason needed €90,000 to hit target before it could come out. Obviously, with this being The Witcher, the comic book smashed that goal and then some, and got it to the tune of €678,036. It's honestly a very, very odd approach for a company of this size to take. Normally these big companies that show up on crowdfunding sites use the platform to gain interest in a new port or a remake to decide whether they're actually going to go ahead with it. But in this campaign's case, it's the Witcher series. Really? Was you not sure if that one was going to sell? Again, I've got no issues with bigger companies using the platform, but sadly this particular campaign did rub a few people up the wrong way during the month of September. And guys, those are the 10 campaigns that we're going to be talking about on this episode of Kickscammer News. As always, if you guys want to support the show and see the next several Kickscammer episodes early before they go live and in their uncensored format without adverts or sponsorships or anything like that, you can click those links down below and sign up right now for as little as you wish by becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. A massive shout out goes out to my Kickscammer detective agency over on Discord, and obviously a massive shout out goes out to the shitty Kickstarters subreddit too. Hope you guys liked the video, but for now, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.